I don't have any. I don't know what the werewolf. Or I mean, that's how my dad described it. I don't know what film that would have been for. And you have to
Uh-huh.
realize, 95% of silent films are no longer exist.
Oh man.
Yes, we only have 5% available right now to view. 96, 95% is 95 to 96% are gone. And the reason being is that the film stock used in silent pictures is called nitrate. Now,
Mm-hmm.
nitrate is a beautiful format, and they still use it today at sometimes. It really has the most candescent kind of look of a film, and it's just gorgeous in a screening. The only problem is it's extremely flammable. And
Oh.
I mean, in the silent, sorry, my dog, in the
Oh, no
silent,
worries.
they used to encase the projector, the person running the projector, in cement, in a cement building, little block. So
Yeah.
in case the film exploded while it was being screened, the audience wouldn't, be in danger. Yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh.
it was very flammable. Now they know today the best way to store, if they just knew how to store it, that it should be frozen, stuck in really, really cold temperatures.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And that's the way to store it. And also, another thing nitrate does is it turns into goo. And so they might have had film stock stuck on a shelf thinking it was just fine. And have it, you look at it, you open it up, Nymeria.
Like how he just hangs on over there on your shoulder. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that's Lucy.
Oh, hey, Lucy.
Yeah. So yeah, it would look like Vaseline jelly if you open the can.
Oh man.
Just be ruined. And they didn't think about preservation in those days, that people would want to see the films again. I mean, the idea of seeing a film over and over again was not ever thought of at that point in film.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's so strange. It seems like they would, because they're like the amount of films made back then was a lot lower than today, even, right?
Well, not necessarily. They made a lot of films, and the thing is that in between the early part of film was really small little shorts, like 5-6 minutes, and then they gradually got larger and larger. And in 1914 they had the first real about 2-hour movie, and then in 1915 D.W. Griffith came out with Birth of a Nation, which was really the first blockbuster. So there were a lot of films made, but like I said, there's so many missing that one of the reasons I built Silent Hollywood is that through still photography, we are able to get an idea of what the films were about, who was in them, besides just the scant documentation that's in paper. So we'll find out just through still photography, hey, this actor was in this film, we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason, my tagline for Silent Hollywood is rebuilding silent films one image at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very interesting. I had no idea that so many of them were missing like that. So you said they had when they would play them, the projector was in like a big cement box?
Yeah, they eventually did that after a lot of accidents,
Oh man.
Yeah.
So was there like an operator in that box with all that stuff?
Yes.
Oh man, that's gotta be like the scariest job ever.
Yes. And they also didn't have like a right now you could put a film on a projector and leave it. They couldn't do that. They were hand cranked, and they had different speeds, and the even today when they show silent films, they'll bring in people who are still skilled at screening these films with a projector, and they actually have to hand time the timing of it. And it's a very complicated way of doing something, and it's really, if you ever get a chance to see a large format screening of a silent film, I really suggest it's a great idea to do, because you really get an idea of what it was like. And if you get a good print, if you're watching TV and they show you a clip of a silent film, you'll see it's all got little it's not clear.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's been damaged, and it has like little flakes in it and little but really when people went to see a film in 1920, it was as beautiful as films are today.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's an experience if you can get see a really good print to see that people in the 1920s actually did get to see beautiful films. It's just that they didn't have sound.
Right.
The one.
So is the like when it's grainy and flaky and stuff when we're watching it, is that just because it hasn't been preserved well? Is that all that is?
Yes, and if someone's recreating it, they recreate it as it's damaged, as if that was the real way the movies were shown in those days, and they weren't. They were, and there's a famous film historian. His name is Kevin Brownlow. He's the only man to win and be honored with an honorary Oscar for as a film historian. And he, at a screening of Buster Keaton's The General, which he was actually printed from the negative, so it was as pristine as a new film.
Huh.
He said, "I wish more young filmmakers were here to see this and see what a real silent film looked like when they came out. That they were clear and beautiful, just as a new film is today."
Man, that would be very cool to see.
Yeah.
Do you know of any like theaters offhand? Because I'm in LA area and you're in Palm Springs, correct?
Right.
Okay. Do you know of any theaters offhand that might have something like that, or where someone could find an event like that?
The Turner Classic Film Festival in Los Angeles, it's in Hollywood, usually in April or May.
Uh-huh.
They have some beautiful screenings, and they often have orchestras with them, which is also wonderful because silent films were shown with live music.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, Birth of a Nation was shown with an orchestra. A lot of films are shown with an orchestra or someone playing the piano. So the live element of music is part of the experience. And so if you can get to see a film that way, it's great. But unfortunately, there's not one theater that like specializes in silent films. There used to be in Hollywood. Or in Los Angeles, there was a silent film theater, but it shut down a few years ago.
Man, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. The Turner Classic Film Festival. I'm gonna have to check that out because I really want to see that. That would be super fun to experience.
Right.
So when they're hand cranking the projector, it's all like their timing is the speed that the film is being run.
Right.
That is crazy. So they have to be right, totally even, consistent the whole time to get it right.
That's the thing. It's not even and consistent.
Yeah.
Right. And they have to know the film really well to anticipate the pauses and stuff to the